officially active, and we're about to have our second race underway.
Yeah, we'll see. For those who watched the first race, we saw where the bosses were on the stage screen. This time around, as Creed said earlier, just to reiterate for those who may just be starting to watch right now, we will not know what stage is being selected until we're into the stage itself. Here we go. The runners are on their way.
And Charlie Boy got the unfortunate first pick of Crash and resets immediately.
And I do not blame him at all. Oh no. Looks like Kamasenin finding Flashman right off the bat. Definitely a good stage to start with. Metal Man for Squidman. Prodigy also finding Flashman as
and
Charlie Boy
finding the Spanish Inquisition. It resets yet again. That's the nature of not knowing where the enemies are or knowing what stage you're going to go into. You could go into a stage and just be completely screwed if you're completely unprepared. Charlie Boy finally finding a decent stage in Flashman stage like Kame and Prodigy, while Squidman is actually working pretty well in Metal Man stage. Got a little bit of a crab annoyance. Well, a whole seafood annoyance rather, but still nothing he can't handle.
Yeah, getting the whole all-you-can-eat lobster buffet going on here in the Metal Man stage, as it looks like Kamasenin's going to be the first of our runners to find their way to the boss. Prodigy making it past the toothpaste dispensers and picking up the E-Tank. Kamasenin did not have the ability to pick up the E-Tank. Might be in a little trouble here against Woodman, but no sooner do I say that, but he absolutely destroys him. Squidman hot on his heels, finishing off the boss at the end of the Metal Man stage.
Yeah, Woodman seemed to be pretty susceptible to Buster this time around. So for those that are not in the know, for Buster soft weaknesses, there are 4 Robot Masters that are going to be randomly soft weak to Buster. It's similar to the vanilla Mega Man 2, where 4 enemies have Buster weaknesses. It's pretty much going to be in full display here as well. So that's just a little thing to note. So anyway, right now we got a pretty spread divergence. We got Prodigy and Metal, Squidman and Wood, Kame and Bubble, and Charlie Boy is still not getting pretty lucky with the choices and finds Heatman and begins to subsequently die in game over because he's probably thinking he's not prepared for Heat yet.
No, without item 2 and item 3, you'd have to go about this stage the hard way, as it were. And I don't think Charlie Boy wants any part of that, choosing to game over. But if this were a game of press your luck, Charlie Boy is sitting on 3 whammies already, and you don't want to get a 4th whammy when you're playing press your luck. But we'll see how things progress for Charlie Boy. I can't think of any more bad stages that Charlie Boy could find at this point.
With all intents and purposes, Heatman could have been makeable, but the odds of it being friendly is not really high. Not to mention that, like you said, without having the items to skip certain areas of the stage, Heatman stage can be really, really slow. So ducking out of there can be a right decision, but we really don't know that.
It's having the ability to look at it in hindsight gives it a little more context. But I think for the decision that Charlie Boy has to make right then and there, I believe he made the right decision, because he will lose a lot more time trying to struggle through a difficult Heatman stage where he's unprepared than just getting out of there and trying a different stage.
Prodigy getting one of the most unfortunate early picks, finding Crashman himself. One of the things that makes Crashman stage actually dangerous is that in these moving platform sections, there are possibilities that there could be certain enemies that can actually block the ladders as you climb up, making it actually impassable without either weapons or items. So it's very fortunate that Prodigy has such a very friendly enemy set, because this could be really brutal. One of the smart things you can do in Crashman stage is pay attention to the enemies that are in the very first screen. In the very first screen of Crashman, those will more than likely be the enemies that you will see in those moving platform sections. Fortunately, but like we said, fortunately, the enemy set was very friendly.
Yeah, it's entirely possible that Charlie Boy, or any of our runners for that matter, might be able to navigate this stage. But with the reputation Crashman stage has, it's usually the runner's 7th or 8th stage, almost always the 8th stage, out of the initial Robot Masters.
Charlie Boy making the very tough Item 3 throw, but could not stick the landing on the Item 3 itself. Pretty unfortunate, but that was a good throw though. Not making the right throw this time around though, as he actually decides to go through Heatman stage now that he did find Item 3. So we got Prodigy going into Crash Room, Squidman facing out Bubbleman in Quick Room, Kame Sen and Buster doing Heatman in Air Room. It's pretty much it. Well, we got Metal Man in Crash Room, who look pretty susceptible to Buster. It's pretty much all out craziness as everyone is fighting a Robot Master or on their way to a Robot Master, as we see Charlie Boy on his way to the Heatman boss room. Anyway, Squidman and Prodigy going to air and finding out some of the bad news as the Spanish Inquisition strikes yet again.
Yeah. Well, Squidman, actually makes the jump. I believe Prodigy taking that Item 2 and putting it to good use again, avoiding the Fat Fan, but unfortunately getting egged and falling into the abyss. So this is a pretty rough Airman stage.
Airman is usually one of the rougher stages in the randomizer because of that. Enemies can be placed in such awkward places where it can be really hard to make those long gap jumps. Probably one of the things we should also mention about this randomizer is that, as you can see, actually Airman stage was actually slightly altered. Normally there would be Thunderlords like you see Squidman's going through right now. Those Thunderlords, the Lightning Lords, would be like that open air section. For the sake of the randomizer, that has been completely removed and it was changed with a platform, an alterized platforming section, because there is actually a chance that the birds, the PPs, whatever they're actually officially called, they can actually despawn the clouds, making the stage completely impassable. So for the sake of ease and player accessibility, the Airman first part of the stage had been completely remodeled so it can actually be officially makeable.
Yeah, that's definitely a interaction you don't want to have in the Airman stage. So it would make what's already even in this version a very tough stage to get from start to finish even worse. As you can see, Prodigy using the Flash Stopper, and the energy drain seems pretty slow and goes all the way. That is part of what is randomized with that particular weapon. Sometimes it could last only for a few seconds, but the flash stopper this time around lasting for what felt like about a good 20 seconds.
So as we try to keep pace with our racers, we got Prodigy going to Bubble, Squidman going to Heat, Kami-sen digging in Wood, and Charlie Boy about to face Metal Man in Crash Room. So yet again, thanks to these guys not knowing where the actual stages are with the boss names being removed, it's pretty much just a crapshoot trying to keep track of every situation that's going on right now. At this point, we only really know who's going to be ahead once they actually reach the Wily stages.
Well, in some way, you can kind of look at the select screen and go, oh, well, Kami-sen has 6 bosses defeated, where Charlie Boy has, I believe, 4 at this point. I believe Squidman's pretty close behind Kami-sen. Prodigy, I believe, is about half a stage behind right now. But, it's a lot more difficult to keep track of with, 4 runners being on screen, as well as the blind select. It's a very quick glance to see what bosses are even there or been defeated already.
Looking at Charlie Boy's screen, looks like we got a pretty decent item 1. Pretty high vertical speed and pretty long lasting. He was able to actually utilize it to zip through the first part of Metal Man stage. As we mentioned before in the first race, only item 1 has a randomized attribute associated with it. Items 2 and 3 are the 2 that do not have any randomization, mostly because of the Wily stages and for the possibility of actually beating them stages, since those have hard item requirements. Kami-sen getting taken out by Flashman. Either came in with low energy or Flashman just pretty much gave him a straight out pummeling.
And sometimes you just underestimate the amount of damage a boss is going to do to you. And generally speaking, it's better to use an E-Tank if you have it than to take a death. But there are a few fringe cases where that's not true. Charlie Boy, going back into the Airman stage with item 2 in hand, gonna make a slightly easier time of things, at least getting past the first fan. But the Metal Crusher, this enemy pattern is just awful. The fan demons, we tend to call them fat fans, just wreaking havoc whenever they show up. And even in the first race, Airman stage claimed, I believe, 3 out of our 4 runners with a fat fan causing a death.
Yeah, Prodigy being the only one that was able to survive that initial onslaught. Not surviving Airman the second time, as we just previously saw, but it wasn't to a fat fan at least.
No, he definitely got egged, but another unfortunate occurrence is Squidman missed the zip potentially on the Bubble Man stage, unless he had taken an accidental death. I was not watching him. I will say I'm guilty of watching Kami-sen's screen at this point, as he is in the Quickman stage. But seeing Squidman having to go through the section of the stage he went through tells me he either died or missed the zip.
Looks like Charlie Boy found a weakness for Heatman in Airman's room. He seemed to be weak to himself, actually. So yeah, there is definitely a chance, thanks to the randomized weaknesses, that Robot Masters can be weak to themselves, a la like Metal Man to Metal Blaze in Vanilla.
Yeah, I think Kamasenin is on his 8th stage, Crashman. So we'll see where the other runners are in comparison. Squidman is close to finishing a boss. So we'll see where Squidman is at comparatively to Kamasenin.
He got another couple of robot masters to go. So if what you're saying is true, Kamasenin might be in the one in the lead. We still need to see at least Prodigy's progress.
Well, was Prodigy already into the Crashman stage? I think he was. But we'll see nonetheless, as Prodigy is in a very, well, I was going to say a quick stage, but, then I tried to catch myself because it's the bad pun of, yeah, it's the quick man stage. But nonetheless, this stage goes by fairly fast. One of the shorter stages that the runners will go through, so I think Prodigy may have a chance of being near Kamasenin, but we see Squidman is a stage behind, and we'll see where Charlie Boy is at.
Prodigy making use of the air shooter just to make sure that he actually gets a chance to hit Bubbleman while he's in the air. Meanwhile, Kamasenin is actually on a crash climb. And Prodigy got one final robot master. He's about to tackle Heatman stage. Heatman stage didn't seem too bad, at least on the front end.
No, it seemed to be pretty good, but Prodigy will have the advantage of having at least a couple items where other runners that went into the stage previously did not use or did not have those items. So we'll see if Prodigy can make up a little bit of time, as Kamasenin is close to the boss gate of the Crashman stage.
Squidman having item 1 to get by the platform sections, the moving platform sections. So he's about to tackle and get to that midpoint.
Yes, Squidman's going to take a zip and a death in the Crashman stage to avoid the 3 stages or screens worth of the elevators, which we saw all of the runners take on previously.
So looking for what I'm seeing, this is Kamasenin's final robot master. I think it's going to be safe to say that Prodigy is still just a little bit ahead of Kamasenin, while Kamasenin is actually holding his own pretty well. Remember, Kamasenin strictly uses Buster for his runs. It's his preference, and he's keeping pace with literally everyone.
Yeah, it looked like when I saw Kamasenin's boss screen, I could have swore there was only one question mark left on his last stage. But apparently I was wrong. But we have it here.
Okay, you were talking about earlier.
Yeah, but this is the checkpoint. We have our first sighting of Wily, so that means we're going to play a little game, doesn't it?
Yes, we do. Just like we did in the first race. It's time for everyone to do what we like to have a little fun in. Guess the color of the Mecha Dragon. As a reminder, colors are randomized in this game, and that does include the Mecha Dragon. So for everyone in chat, guess the color of the Mecha Dragon, and for extra credit, you can also guess that weakness as well.
Alright, well, Bubble Lead let me down, so I'm going to switch to another pain-in-the-butt weapon, and that is the air shooter, and I am going to go... I'm wrestling between 2 colors here. I'm going to go blue. Blue Dragon.
You took my color.
I'm sorry. I can switch away from blue.
You know,
I did have another color in mind.
Now, how about we just share properties on Blue, and if we're both wrong, we just both take that responsibility. However, I'm gonna say it's gonna be Air Shooter
Oh,
as the
then,
weakness.
that means we're sharing everything then.
Wait, you choose Air Shooter? Am I that
Yeah,
bad?
yeah, you are. You've just completely ripped me off. As Charlie Boy seems to have gotten into the Wily stage before Kamasenin. So we'll see soon enough about the dragon, but we're either both horribly right or both horribly wrong.
Well, there's an Aqua Dragon that's blue-ish enough.
It's we did not specify light blue, dark blue, any of that.
Semantics.
Yeah,
But it definitely was not Air Shooter.
no. So
Ooh,
oh no,
Prodigy!
Prodigy! That is a death sound. Oh no.
Prodigy killed the Mecha Dragon while he was mid-jump. And when you beat the Mecha Dragon, you do lose control of Mega Man. So Prodigy winds up falling down immediately after he killed the Mecha Dragon.
Yeah.
Really unfortunate.
Yeah, this is one of the biggest spots where you do not want to take a death because the time wasted is roughly about a minute and a half.
Also, the fact that you're going to be losing out on your item 1 resources, and you're probably going to have to make an extra effort to try to refill on those.
So we're going to see Prodigy functionally go from first to last out of the restreamed runners. I'm not sure if we have anybody off stream this time around like we did in the first race.
Well, Siberian Bull is still running, but we don't have his stream up, so we unfortunately don't know his progress.
Well, there we go. Prodigy lost a whole bunch of time there. Charlie Boy not too far behind going into Wily Stage 2, but Squidman already into finding the crash wall weaknesses. Looks like he wants to get his hands on that E-Tank. As we have all of our runners starting into Wily 2 that are on the restream.
And it looks like it's Leaf Shield that's our wall weakness for this particular seed. So that will help as far as knowing what the Boo Beam is actually weak to, because the wall weakness will never be the same as the Boo Beam weakness. Let me rephrase that. The wall weakness will never be the same as the Boo Beam weakness. So Leaf Shield will not be the Boo Beam weakness.
Well, that's kind of unfortunate because the Leaf Shield is something that you really want to have as a Boo Beam turret weakness because you can snipe out the Boo Beam turrets with that Leaf Shield and not have to worry about hitting the crash walls. Or I believe you only have to knock out 2 of the crash walls to get them with the Leaf Shield.
Well, if you're using Leaf Shield, Metal Blade, and in some cases Air Shooter, you technically don't have to destroy any walls at all, and you can just bypass them with items. But in some cases, it's probably faster to still destroy the walls and destroy the Boo Beams in suit afterwards. It's all a matter of preference in that regard. But speaking of boss weaknesses, we got Air Shooter being a weakness for Pico, and everyone pretty much finds it. Yep, literally everyone finds Air Shooter as the Pico weakness and just literally going ham on it.
Yeah, Prodigy made a good bit of time up there on Squidman. I don't know if the timers are synced. It looks like Prodigy is a little bit ahead of Squidman, accounting for a little bit of a difference in their timers. But,
and of course, potential stream delay and whatnot. But of course, we'll get their final times via SRL timer, so we don't have to worry about that too much.
Yeah, just want to put it out there that there is a slight difference with the timers on the restream. They are not, however, the official times. There is a back-end SRL timer that we will use to determine the official SRL times and the official winners of the races.
So as we go into our spike drop, every one of our current restreamers are pretty much a fool. Charlie Boy taking a bad jump. As I was just about to say, everyone was pretty much on everyone's heels. Charlie Boy just miscalculates a jump and takes a really unfortunate spike death.
Yeah, it'll put him a little bit further behind. Oh no, Charlie Boy trying to make up a little bit of time and timing a jump. Taking another death, unfortunately, as looks like Squidman's going to be the first out of the Gutsdozer fight. Prodigy hot on his heels. Kamasenin not too far away as
Looks like we found our two weaknesses for the Gut Tank. Kamasenin using Leaf Shield, while Prodigy and Squidman making Air Shooter do work yet again, as it's also the second weakness for the Gut Tank.
Now we'll see Charlie Boy fall a little bit behind as our other three restreamed runners are into the next Wily stage, but looks like Charlie Boy's going to go for a little bit of a zip. I think he wanted to hold that a little bit further, but does not want to over zip and cause bad things to happen.
Prodigy trying to do a vertical wrap into a zip and try to get to the top of this current screen. One of the things we never mentioned in that is that this screen and the previous screen before it, you know, the fake floors in Wily 4, those are randomized as well. Just to let you know. So yeah, most players will likely would try to skip those, so you don't have to make any wild guesses.
Yeah, Kamasenin actually playing with fire, as it were, and just kind of jumping through the spike room and not falling to his death. So good on Kamasenin for that one. As we have three of our runners into the elevator action stage, or segment of the stage.
Prodigy being very low on item 1, mostly thanks to the death on the Mecha Dragon, opting to use item 2 to bypass that previous moving platform section. And of course, Kamasenin being resigned to the Buster is forced to actually ride part of the platform part way, but as you can see, he's still able to skip the majority of it. That's that Buster running knowledge.
Yeah, using the pause buffer, you can shift Mega Man slightly, and that allows Kamasenin, along with a couple other runners as well, to get through an area where the jump would normally be, under normal circumstances, impossible.
Looks like Squidman finds the weakness for Boobing first. Prodigy not too far behind, and it winds up being Vanilla Crash weakness.
Is this even randomized?
And there goes that line. Charlie Boy trying to do another zip, trying to gate crash into the boobing room, but unfortunately he wasn't able. Well, he's gonna try again as Kamasenin is finding the weakness for. Oh, Charlie Boy overzips.
Oh boy. Now he's gonna have to smack that Metal Crusher.
Yeah, what Charlie Boy is doing is he's trying to actually reset the room, because he's actually a few screens beyond where he needs to be, so he's actually resetting the room, and he's gonna try the zip again. At that point, you really just need to just go on. You're already losing time, and you just need to just go ahead and move on.
I
But
think
on to
he's just trying to farm items at this point. It looks like he's reset the room and should be able to continue onward. And it looks like Prodigy is on his 6th master, unless he's going left to right with Squidman. It looks like Kamasenin going right to left.
Now, I'm pretty sure Prodigy is a runner that goes clockwise when he does boss rushes. In hindsight, it really doesn't matter if you go clockwise or counterclockwise. It's just a matter of preference at this point. What does matter is the fact that everyone... Ooh, well, I was going to say everyone until Kamasenin took a nasty death on Heat.
Yeah, Prodigy is back into the lead. It looks like Squidman is on his 4th or 5th fight. Prodigy, I believe, already into his 7th fight.
And on his way to his last one. So Prodigy has a pretty decent hold on first place, while Squidman is not too far behind. It's pretty much all on Prodigy now to drop the race.
Yeah, prohibitively speaking, it's if Prodigy can execute, then it's probably his race to win this second time around, and going to even the score with Squidman, who, even though Squidman was not restreamed, was the winner of the first showcase race.
So yet again, our Wily Machine is a Buster Week. Surprise, surprise. As Prodigy makes his way to Wily 6 on his way to the actual alien final fight. Squidman following suit, making a good attempt on the Wily Machine on his way to Wily 6. Kamasenin, doing Buster Warrior things, is on his 7th Robot Master. And Charlie Boy is probably just starting the boss refights, taking some unfortunate hits in Wally 4, especially that overzip. So let's see, what is going to be our alien weakness?
Well, it doesn't look like Buster, nor Metal Blade. Oh. Okay.
Air Shooter being the champion of the Wily stages, being the weaknesses for 3 bosses, as Prodigy wins with official SRL time of 32 minutes flat. So GG's to Prodigy, pretty much getting that payback for the first race on Squidman as he's about to do the alien.
Now we'll see if Squidman's able to figure out the weakness before Kamasenin does. Kamasenin about to drop into Victory Road. Squidman already into the alien fight. Charlie Boy a little bit behind the rest of our runners. Looks like into his 6th boss fight of the Wily Boss refights.
Squidman going through the entire library to finally find Air Shooter as he beats the alien and comes in 2nd place with official SRL time of 33 minutes and 1 second.
Yeah, that's the unfortunate alien fight where it's entirely random what one weakness the Wily robot is going to have, and you either happen to guess it right with Prodigy finding it almost immediately, or you have an unfortunate occurrence like Squidman where it takes a little bit more time. I believe he cycled through 6, if not all 7 possibilities for the weakness on the robot.
So yeah, GG to Kamasenin as he finishes in 3rd place with official SRL time of 33 minutes and 38 seconds. Actually, PBing his last personal best by over a minute and a half. And remember, that's with Buster only for the most part.
Yeah, still, it's an accomplishment to say the least. I always thought Buster Only was a bit of a handicap, but you can see Kamasenin getting a lot of work done just by not menuing as much as we see the rest of the runners menuing, as Charlie Boy going for another zip and trying to get himself in position to hopefully not overzip yet again. It looks like Charlie Boy's into the alien fight, so we'll see if he can figure this out. No, not Crash Bomb. Not the Buster. Not the Heat. And it looks like, there we go. He's found it.
But yeah, GG's to Charlie Boy, finishing in 4th place with official SRL time of 35 minutes and 17 seconds. Not a bad time considering some of the mishaps, especially in Wally 3 and Wally 4. Wally 3 and Wally 4 pretty much just kind of had their way with them. So yeah, that pretty much concludes our showcase races for today. We do have one that's actually still racing right now off stream, Siberian Bull 9, who was our first showcase racer in the first race. But right now he is currently unfinished right now. But GG's to everyone that was on the entire friggin' restream, because everyone actually performed pretty great. So GG's to Squidman for winning round 1. Well, yes, Squidman winning round 1 and Prodigy winning round 2, and everyone else that participated throughout the weekly races. So once again, these were showcase races that we were showcasing for the upcoming Mega Man 2 Randomizer tournament that's going to be this upcoming July. We are still taking participants. So once you can find all the information on our challenge page, as well as the Discord, and hopefully we'll see you join the races.
Now this is going to be happening every week.
Yes, we will have for every weekend up until the race starts. There will be a showcase race, and actually this upcoming Friday we're gonna actually have another showcase race that's actually more friendly to those Europeans that probably want to participate as well. So around noonish, I forgot if it was noon Eastern Daylight, but it's gonna be generally noonish. There will be another showcase race on this upcoming Friday. So if you want to participate in that, just feel free to just find us and just participate. Anyone is welcome to participate in these races. It doesn't matter what skill set you have. Just come in and just have fun in these races. So pretty much, do you have anything else to say, Frico, before we close out here?
No, I think that's about it for us tonight. So we did a pretty good job there of saying everything, getting everything out that needed to be presented for everybody. So at this point, is it time to just say have a good night, everybody?
All right. So of course, thanks to Speed Gaming and all the Speed Gaming staff that allowed us to restream this and have our showcase races on our way to our actual tournament races. Of course, thanks to Duckfist who created the Mega Man 2 randomizer. Thanks to all you good people in chat for watching these races. Hopefully, you'll come again throughout the entire month as these showcase races continue to show up. And of course, thanks to Charlie Boy for organizing the whole tournament to begin with, as he was on comms and he was our featured racer for our second race. Of course, thanks to you, Frico, for being our legendary co-commentator.
Yeah, well, somebody's got to do it. Make all you runners look good, huh?
Uh, of course. So I think that pretty much wraps it up here. So for Frico, this is LV Cree. Hopefully we see you all this upcoming Friday and the next Sunday where we continue to show off more Mega Man 2 Rando action on our way to the Mega Man 2 Rando tournament. Take care, everyone. This is LV Creed and Frico signing out.
Have a good night, everybody.